Well, the New England Patriots did a very New England Patriots draft. This might have been the most New England Patriots draft we've seen from them. It was a strange draft, so to speak, pun intended. You see the list of players they got next to me, and you're going to see some reaches. So just so you know what you're looking at, what the numbers are on the left, that is when they got picked. The number right next to everyone's name is going to be where they ranked on the consensus big board. So you see a couple of reaches in terms of consensus right off the bat. So right off the bat with Cole Strange, pick 29, who would eventually, his consensus big board ranking at 86, which is a mid third rounder. Now, some people are saying the third rounder, that's not really where I would, some NFL teams liked him as well, and maybe he wouldn't have lasted to the second round. So it's one of those weird things. I don't know. This just feels like such a Bill Belichick move. He has earned the benefit of the doubt. Like, that's kind of the thing, is with Belichick, like, especially with offensive linemen, if he reaches on a guy, I'm more likely to believe that he knows what he's doing because he has a great history with offensive linemen, and I'm sure he's found some small things in Strange's tape that maybe we haven't noticed that we can kind of go, oh, okay, that's why, you make this selection. He does this consistently. So that's my thing, is if he likes him, I'm inclined to say, all right, cool, you like him. But that being said, for me personally, I still say, like, you're allowed to criticize Bill Belichick. Even though he's awesome, you're allowed to sit here and say, I don't know if this is the move I would have made. Cole Strange probably would have been available later on. So maybe you think you can turn him into a superstar. I would have rather just kept Shaq Mason. I don't get this exactly, where you basically now gave up a first to get a fifth and to have Cole Strange instead of Shaq Mason, and now you have $6 more million as well. But weird, just a weird move. Tyquan Thornton, another weird move, because there were good receivers, good quality receivers left on the board, and at pick 50, he drafts the guy who's 146th on the big board, which is a surprise. This is a weird one. Like I said, I don't know what they're doing with this. Listen, I haven't heavily scouted Tyquan Thornton, all right? So maybe he's actually awesome, and I just haven't fully, got it. From what I understand about him, speed guy, can make some contested catches. That's cool. And, in fairness, that is something missing from the Patriots offense, is kind of a vertical threat. So getting him can help. Getting someone like Cole Strange, who did have decent production at Chattanooga, not amazing production, but decent production. I do get the logic behind this move, and I even kind of, I guess I would say I don't hate it necessarily, but I don't love it. And I think they probably could have waited around to get Tyquan Thornton. That's how I view this, especially when there were other good receivers available. Getting Alec Pierce, I liked him more. Sky Moore was still available. Just kind of a weird move. But again, I do feel like Thornton probably can fit that need better than any of those guys. So in both, I'm trying to be fair here. And listen, there's some picks I like here. I like Marcus Jones. I think Marcus Jones is a good pick. And quite frankly, the way that this typically works is we all say, who are these guys Bill Belichick's drafting? And then a few of them suck, and then a few of them are awesome. That's typically how this goes. Marcus Jones could be that guy who is awesome. Him and Jack Jones are very small. I think they combine for about, what would that be? 350 pounds? They're two light guys. Jones is about 185. Marcus Jones is about 185. Jack Jones is even lighter at 170. He's about 5'11", 170. Marcus Jones is 185 and 5'8". So they're little corners. I think both could maybe be slot guys. Listen, Belichick does like unique corners. He likes guys who can do different things. So getting some smaller guys who can maybe match up against other small receivers and stuff like that, that's interesting. So we'll have to see how that works out. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a complete mess necessarily. I think that they're two guys that I can see the logic behind, I guess is what I would say. Although again, you notice Jack Jones, another one of those that is a reach on the consensus board by over 100 picks here. But listen, consensus board is not the end all be all as well. Pierre Strong, quality running back. Again, Belichick likes some people were saying, is that a scheme fit? Belichick likes guys who can do different things, especially in the running back room. So he likes guys who are good at like one thing as opposed to guys who are complete at certain things, because you can get them with higher value, like this pick here at 127. Good value. This is what the Patriots consistently do, is spend kind of a triple-digit pick on a running back seemingly every draft. I like the Ramondre Stevenson pick last draft. I like this one here as well. Then at 137, Bailey Zappi, the 155th rated prospect, goes. Some people were surprised, like, what are you doing? Why are you drafting Bailey Zappi? Sam Howell is still on the board. He's a better prospect. Some people thought he should go in the first round. He's going here. He's still not getting drafted here in round 4. I had Zappi and Sam Howell with very similar grades. I went back and forth on which one I liked better, to be honest. I don't think that they're that different. So for someone like Zappi, I think he'll be a quality backup for a while. Belichick does have a good history of drafting quality quarterbacks late in drafts. Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett. I think he'll hit on Zappi as well. I like Zappi. I think Zappi's good. So again, I don't hate all of these selections. There's a few that I'm confused by, and so I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say that's not what I would have done. But that doesn't mean it's a trash selection, and I like this one. Sam Howell wouldn't have helped this football team. The Patriots don't need a developmental quarterback who's going to take 2 years to learn how to play. They need a guy who knows how to play now, and if he has to get thrown in, he'll be okay. That's what Zappi is. Good backup. He'll probably be a good backup for 10 plus years, I think. So that's pretty cool. So that's Bailey Zappi. Then with pick 183, they went with Kevin Harris, which was definitely a bit of a surprise, I think. It's not necessarily because of, Harris going here at 183, but you're getting another running back. So it feels like you already have plenty of running backs. Why are you getting so many more? But again, if they like the value here, I don't hate it necessarily. And maybe they feel some of these guys can be good special teamers as well. We know how much Belichick values special teams. So for someone like Harris, again, seems kind of like a big back who could fill that role. Like I said, Belichick likes guys who can do different things, so that's what we're doing there. Sam Roberts with the, so far when I've been doing this, he is the lowest ranked on the consensus big board I have seen at 647th ranked. But, defensive lineman seems like a power guy, so we'll see how that works out. I'll be honest, I did not quite get to Sam Roberts in my draft evaluation. Finally, 210 and 245, just two offensive linemen who could be good. We'll see what happens there. Like I said, Belichick has a great track record with offensive linemen, especially late in drafts. He finds ways that, finds guys that can, be very good. And part of that is just coaching them up as well. But I think that, I trust him with that kind of stuff. That seems like it's probably going to work out pretty well. So that's my thought on the Patriots draft. Some weird moves, but at the end of the day, let's be honest, 3 of these guys are going to be stars. Or like, the better way to say it is like 7 of these guys are going to be like good role players. And that's what the Patriots do. They're going to be able to do their job. I think a good amount of these guys will. And even though I'm kind of bashing the Strange and Thornton pick, I think they'll both probably be quality players. So, isn't that the goal at the end of the day, to get talented players? Yeah, it is. So maybe I should be less hard on them. But I feel like they could have gotten these guys and then some is my thing. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.